I'm going to show you how to set up an OpenVPN Tap Bridge between two OpenWRT routers. At the top we've got the Site A server and the Site B client. Site A will set the LAN IP range to 192.168.2. Site B, to make it more interesting, only port 1 will link to the VPN. The rest of the ports will have their own IP range of 192.168.3. We're going to separate these ports using a Vlan. Just before we begin, there's two methods to set up a VPN, either by using bridging or routing. Typically, you would use bridging to connect two sites that are using the same subnet. The VPN would then act as a switch between these two sites. Bridging is ideal for sending multicast and broadcast traffic, which is not normally forwarded when using a routed VPN. This video will focus on setting up a bridged VPN. Okay, so first we'll just open up a browser and access the server's router. Usually the address is just 1.1 because I'm just using stock settings for these routers. Okay, so first we'll just need to click System at the top and then click System again. Okay, so we just need to make sure the date and time's correct, just so that the OpenVPN security certificates will work later on. And then we just need to make sure it's got a host name, so I've just named mine Site A server. Okay, now click System and Administration. Then we just need to set a password on the router just so we can SSH into it later. So once we've done that, we just need to go into Network and then Interfaces. So the only thing I've already done is to set the WAN IP address. You probably won't need to change this because you're not setting it up locally. So we just need to change the LAN's IP address as well. So on the diagram I was using 2.1 as the server's interface for the LAN. So yeah, once you've saved that, you just need to change the network adapter as well to be on the 2 range, just so I can access it again. So yeah, it doesn't confirm the settings as well until you've actually logged onto it with the new IP address. So that's it, the changes have been confirmed. So we just need to download the required packages for OpenVPN. Because these routers I'm setting up locally, they haven't got any internet access at the moment, so I just need to just latch these onto my local Wi-Fi network just so I can get internet access, so you probably don't need to do this step. So just need to scan and find my local Wi-Fi and just click join network. All you need to do is put in the password, that's about it. Save and apply, and the router should be using my Wi-Fi network now. So then we just need to SSH into the router. So if you can just use a free tool like PuTTY, that should do the job, no problem. So we just type the IP of the LAN in there. So it can be 2.1. So default username's always root on there. So just to make sure it's on the internet, I'll just ping Google's DNS service, and that's okay. So then we type in opkg space update. I've just sped that up a little bit. So then we install the packages. I've put everything what you need to type in the description below. Okay, so that should be all the required packages that we need. So if we just go back to the browser, we just need to set a few settings on the LAN again. So you just go back to Network Interfaces, click Edit on the LAN. So if you just go to DHCP server, I'll just put this starting at 10. So on the diagram I had both the computers, they run like 10 and 11. Just go into advanced settings and just tick where it says force. So it'll always get an IP address from this interface then. Just click save on that. So yeah, and just click save and apply just to confirm. So we next just need to add the ports for OpenVPN in the firewall. So if you just click on network and then click firewall. And once you're in there, we just need to click on traffic rules. And then scroll down, click add. We'll just name this firewall rule OpenVPN. So go down to destination zone and select device on this. And we just need to choose the ports. So I've done a range from 7500 to 7505, just in case we have a few different VPNs that you might be setting up. But on this tutorial, we'll only be using the 7500, so you can just put that if you like. So yeah, just click save, then just to confirm it, just save and apply. So yeah, once we've done that, we'll just reboot it. And then once it's rebooted, we should have the VPN options at the top then. Okay, so the next step would be to generate the VPN security certificates, and these are required for the VPNs to actually work. So we'll do this using a tool called easyrsa. Okay, so if you just open the browser and go to Google and just type OpenVPN into the search, then just click where it says Community Downloads. Then if you just scroll down the page and click the relevant installer, I'm just using 32-bit on this one. So when that's downloaded, just double click the file. Then on the installer, just click where it says Customize. Now just scroll to the bottom and then just enable where it says easyrsa. Then once you've done that, just click Install. So just tick Trust and click Install on these devices. So when this first runs, it tries to open a config what's not already there, so just click OK on that. So we only really need to install this just so we can generate the security certificate, so you probably won't need this client running, so we can just disable it from the Windows startup. So in the system tray, just right click the OpenVPN icon and then just click Settings. Then just untick where it says Launch on User Logon and then click the OK button. Okay, so now we just need to generate the security certificates. So if you just go into Windows Explorer, then just click local disk C:, then just go into Program Files, and then Open VPN. Then just click where it says easyrsa. In the root of it, you'll see a file that just says easyrsa. If you just right click and open it up with a text editor, I just use Notepad+ on mine. If you just search for this country in that phrase, I think it's the second one down. So it should give you a list of all the details, what it uses when it's generating the certificates. So you can change the city, that's up to you, things like that, country. All I've changed on here for the default, I've just made it expire a little bit later. So it's this CA expire and certificates expire that we need change. That's just basically how many days until it does expire. So I'll just save that. So we just need to generate the security certificates now. So just click the Windows Start menu and just type CMD, then just right click on the CMD shortcut and then click Run as Administrator. Then we just need to type in cd/program space files /openvpn. then just type in cd space easy-rsa. So once you're in the easyrsa directory in the command prompt, you just need to type in easyrsa-start. Then just type the following. Again, it's in the description, so you can just copy and paste. So the first bit is the certificate authority. I just give that a name like site A. Then we build the server certificate. Once that's done, then we generate the client certificate. I just give it quite a descriptive name. On this I've just put client site B to site A, because they can get mixed up sometimes, which you don't want. So it's just this last bit as well, which this can take a little while. So I've sped this up. If you want to know more about the certificate process, it is worth reading. It's quite interesting, but I'm not really great at explaining that. Okay, so once that's done, I'll just show you if you go in the pki folder, what it generates. Then you've got the certificate authority file. I'm not sure what that does, but I know it's crucial. So these will be your public certificates. And then you've got the private keys as well. So those are the only files that you need when you're doing this. So we just need to go back into PuTTY and SSH into the router again. When you've SSH'd into it, you just need to type in there where it says cd space /etc/config. When you're in that directory, we just need to clear the contents of the default OpenVPN config file. So if you just do a right bracket and then space OpenVPN, that'll just clear the contents of the file. So then we just type nano and then space OpenVPN. That opens the text editor. So then the sample config that I've put in the description, we just need to copy that and paste it into nano. So you should paste all the options, as you can see there. The only thing you might change is if your LAN's different, where it says 2.1, just change that to yours. But in this example, it's 2.1. The server bridge, that just needs to be something completely different, so I'm not using the 50 range, so I'll just use that. The two end IP addresses is what it uses for the client interfaces, so there's just 10 of them to go out there. So if you're using nano to save the file, we just do Control and then S, that should save it, and then Control and X, that'll close it down. So I'm just going to go back into the browser, click into network and then wireless. I'm just going to remove that Wi-Fi network that I joined earlier. Again, you probably don't need to do this if you didn't earlier. So just remove the interface of the temporary Wi-Fi network as well. So just get rid of that. So now that we've pasted the VPN config, we just need to upload the correct certificates for it. So in the browser, on the router's interface, just go into VPN and then open VPN. So now it should list the profile that we pasted in earlier in the SSH. So there it should say VPN Tap Server. So we just click the edit button next to that. So with the server, there's these 4 files that we need to upload from what we generated earlier. So if we click on the certificate authority first, so then we just click upload file. And we just need to go to the easyrsa folder. So if you go into the pki folder, and then you should have it there, it should just say CA. So you just double click on that and then just click upload file. And then you just click on it to select it. And we should just need to do the same for the other files. So then you've got the server public certificate. That's in the issued folder. And choose save it. Then there's just the private key file. So it's in the private folder, that one. And it's just the server site a.key. So they should be all listed there now. Then just click save and apply. So now that we've uploaded the certificates, the OpenVPN should just run now. So just click in VPN and then OpenVPN, and you should see it running then. You can also check if you go to status and then system log. Scroll all the way down. So in the log you should see a listing where it says device Tap VPN opened. So once that's running, we just need to bridge the Tap VPN interface and the LAN. So if you go to network and then interfaces, just click edit on the LAN interface. So just click where it says physical settings on the tab at the top. Then make sure it says bridge interfaces, it should already say that, and then just choose the VPN interface. So that should bridge them then. Just click save. And save and apply to confirm. Okay, so that should be the server side of it configured. So we just need to configure the client side now. Okay, so just need to access the client router now. So just need to go to network and interfaces. I just need to set up the WAN IP address because I'm setting it up locally. This will normally be your IP address of your internet connection. So now just need to set the LAN interface IP address. So in the diagram I was using 3.1 for the client. We just need to go into the DHCP server tab as well. And then just click advanced settings. And then just tick where it says force. This is so that when something's plugged into this interface, it'll get its IP address from this interface's DHCP server. Then just click save and just confirm that. So now because we've changed the LAN IP from 2.1 to 3.1, we just need to put the network adapter in the same range so we can access it again. So once we've done that, just put the 3.1 into the web address again, and we should be able to access the router again. So now that the WAN IP addresses are set up, they should be able to see each other. So we'll just test that using ping. So if you just open up the command prompt, just left click on the start button, type cmd, enter. So you can just ping 10.0.0.3. That's the client's IP, and then 10.0.0.2. That's the server's IP. Okay, so we just need to set up a few initial settings on the client again. So just go back to the browser, click system, and then system again. So I'll just name this site B client, and just make sure that, again, the date and time's correct, because this is important when the certificates are loaded. Okay, so now because I've got no internet on this one either, I just need to connect to that temporary Wi-Fi again, like I did on the server. So like I say, you probably don't need to do this if you're using your actual routers. Okay, so just confirm that, and I should have internet on this router now. So we just need to go back into PuTTY again, and we need to SSH to the client. And we just need to, again like the server, we just got to download the OpenVPN packages. So again, these commands are in the description, so you can just copy and paste them. So it's just opkg update first. Then we install the package names. Okay, so once they're installed, I'll just remove that temporary Wi-Fi access. So yeah, you don't need to do that if you've already got internet access on your router. So just need to remove the interface as well. Okay, so now we just need to set up another VLAN on the client for our VPN to use. This will allow us to separate the ports of the LAN. So click network and then click on switch. So by default you can see there's two VLANs that are set up. The first one, these just relate to all the ports on the LAN interface. As you can see, these are marked untagged. The second one, this is the port of the WAN interface, and as you can see the WAN port's untagged on that one. So we just need to create another one, and this will be solely for the VPN. So as the diagram showed at the start, we're just using port 1 to bridge to the server. So just click on the button where it says add VLAN. Okay, so on the CPU column, we just need to set that like the other ones, put that as tagged. Then because we're using port 1, we need to take that off the first VLAN and change that to off, because that's not going to be used anymore. So on the new one, that's where we put LAN 1 as untagged. So now port 1 of the router, that's linked to the VLAN ID of 3. So once we've done that, we just need to give the router a reboot now. Okay, so when it comes back up, if we just go into network and then interfaces again, so we're just going to create a new interface for the LAN VPN. So if you just click the add new interface button, just call it LAN VPN. Then we'll set it to a static IP address. And on the interface section, you should now see that new VLAN that we've set up, where it says ETH 0.3. So this interface will solely be for that port 1 on the router now. Okay, so I'm just going to give this an IP address of 192.168.2.2. The server is 2.1, so I'll just give this 2.2. So put the subnet mask as that. And everything else is okay. Just click save and then save and apply. So as you can see, that interface is set up now with 2.2. So now we just need to create a firewall zone for that interface. So if you go to network and then firewall, then scroll down and just click add to add a zone. So again, I'll just call it LAN VPN. Make sure you put accept on the forward, and then just tick where it says LAN VPN, just for which one it covers. Where it says allow forward to destination zones, we'll just need to set that to 1. Okay, now just click save on that. Then save and apply to confirm. Okay, so now we just need to paste in the client's OpenVPN config. So we just need to go into PuTTY again and SSH back into the router, the client router. So that's 3.1 on this one. Okay, so once you're logged in, if you do cd space /etc/config, then there's already a sample OpenVPN config, so we don't need that, so we can just clear it like the one on the server. So if you just do right bracket and then space, then the file name OpenVPN, that should just clear the contents of that file. So now just type in nano and then space OpenVPN. Nano is just the text editor. Okay, then from the description you should see the sample of the client OpenVPN config, so you can just copy and paste that into nano. So the only thing that we need to change is just the remote address. So if you just type in the remote address of the server, so in my case it'll just be 10.0.0.2. So once you've done that, just Control S to save and then just Control X to quit. Okay, so now we just need to go back to the browser, just click VPN and then open VPN. So now I just need to upload the security certificates that we generated for OpenVPN earlier. I generated these on the computer that accesses the server's router, so I just need to copy that folder over from that machine. So it's just in the easyrsa folder. It's just the PKI folder that we need. So these are running in virtual machines, so I'll just copy it to the desktop and then I can copy it over to the client's computer then. So that's all we need on there. So if we just go back to the browser, just click Edit on the client's OpenVPN config. Then it's similar to before on the server, so the certificate authority, we just need to upload that one first. So then again go in the PKI folder and then click CA. Just upload that. We'll just upload them all first. So now it's the public certificate of the client. Just upload that one. And then it's the private key of the client. So in the private folder. And upload that one as well. These are the only three that we need for the client. We don't need that other one, the DH one. So it's just these three. And just make sure once you've uploaded them, you've actually clicked on them to select them as well. So just make sure it doesn't say file not accessible on the box. Just click save and apply. And if everything's right, the VPN client should connect. Just go into VPN and then click Open VPN, and if it says stop, it should mean that the client VPN's running. Okay, so now we just need to bridge the VPN interface with the Lan interface. So if we just click Network and then Interfaces, scroll down and you should have the Lan VPN interface, so just click Edit on that. Now just click Physical Settings at the top. Make sure you tick Bridge Interfaces, and then click on Interface and just find the Tap Vpn Interface. Now just click Save. Then save and apply that. Then we just need to reboot the router again. Okay, now go back into VPN and then open VPN. Just make sure it's running okay. We can also check just by going into status and then system log. Scroll all the way down. You should see the Tap VPN link is up. Okay, now if we just go back into network and switch. So as you can see, my computer is currently plugged into port 2 of the LAN. With the VPN now running, I'll plug this computer into port 1, which should now be using the VPN, and it should then get its IP address automatically from the server. So we just need to go into control panel again, into the network adapters. Okay, so right click and then click on properties on the network adapter. So double click the IPv4 protocol. Then we just need to change it from a static IP to obtain automatically. Just click OK and OK again. Okay, so now I'm just going to plug the cable from port 2 into port 1. And because I'm using a virtual machine, I sometimes have to disable and re-enable the interface, else it doesn't resync for some reason, but you probably don't have to do that. Okay, so if I just go back to command prompt and type ipconfig it should hopefully get a new IP from the server, and as you can see now it's on the 2 range, so it's successfully got a new IP address. So that should mean the VPN's all working now. Okay, so now I'll just access the client router from its VPN interface IP, the one that we set statically, so that was 2.2. Okay, so now if you go into network and switch, you can see I've got the cable in port 1 now. So we'll just make sure it's working. If you just go back into command prompt, and if we just type ping and then 192.168.2.1, so it just proves that the ping to the server's all working okay. And we'll just ping 2.2, that's the client's local interface. So now if we just go back onto the server, and if we just open command prompt on that, if we just do ipconfig, so remember the server's 2.1, there is one little issue at the moment. If we try and ping the client's interface IP, the 2.2, you can see it's not pinging correctly. It seems to be because we've created a VLAN on the client and we've added that new interface for the VLAN, it seems to be a network configuration issue. I'll just show you how we can fix that. So if you just go back to the client, and if you just go into PuTTY again, we just need to SSH onto the client's router again. And at the moment, because we're in port 1, the IP to reach it is the 192.168.2.2. So we just need to log in, and then we just need to go to, just type in cd space /etc/config, and then we just need to do a nano and then space network. Okay, so if you just scroll down until we see the configuration for the LAN, the main LAN, you'll see there's an extra bit below it where it says config device, and then you've got the details of that LAN. Okay, so it's this bit that's missing for the VPN LAN, which we need to just make an entry for. So in PuTTY on the top left, if you just click the little icon and then just select copy all to clipboard, and then if you just open a notepad session, just click this Windows Start button and then type notepad, and then just paste it in there. If you go down to that section, we need the config device, and then just copy that, go back to PuTTY, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and the extra config for the LAN VPN should be there. So just right click to paste what we've just copied in Notepad, and then we just need to edit that section just to make it the same settings as the LAN VPN. So make sure the name's the same, and where it says ETH03, that's the VLAN ID of the LAN VPN, so that was 3 if you remember from before. Then if you just go back to the browser, back onto network and interfaces, and if you just get the MAC address of the LAN VPN and just copy that, then go back to PuTTY, then we just need to paste that where it says MAC address, and then we just need to do Control-S and then Control-X to save and exit. So yeah, just remember, I've just gone back to network and switch, there's that VLAN ID, so that was 3. So if we just reboot the client's router again, okay, so once that's rebooted, just go back to the server, and then if we just try and ping the 192.168.2.2, and hopefully that should now ping. Okay, and the final test, we'll just try ping the computers on each side of the server and the client, just to make sure. So we'll do client to server, and that was 2.10, that's pinging fine. Your computers on each end might not be 2.10 and 2.11, just double check using the command ipconfig. And then we'll go on the server and then just ping the client's computer. So 192.168. That should be 2.11. That's pinging okay. So yeah, that should be all set up now. So yeah, that's how to set up a Tap VPN on an OpenWRT router using OpenVPN.